Hello, hello, hello. How's everybody doing out there tonight? And welcome everybody to another episode of Mannimal Research. Hope everyone is having a good night, good evening out there. Everybody staying safe. Uh, Joined tonight, as always, by my partner in crime, Mr. Derek Jasper Walls. How you doing tonight, Walls?
Hello, man. Tired and
Doing all right?
just wore out from work.
I heard that, man. Today's your first day back, huh?
Yeah, came out back from Birmingham.
How'd it go?
It was rough. In day cab, it's rough.
First
Roads,
days usually
I
are.
don't think they know how to pave the roads down there, right? Which it is outside Alabama.
Watch it now. Get us in trouble. All right, I want to ask everybody, as always, if you have not done so, if you would hit that subscribe button for us, please. We sure would appreciate it. And also, after we get done tonight, if you don't mind heading over to mannimalresearch.com, our website, having a look over there, checking out. You can report your encounters over there. You can get some information on doing some research for yourself, maybe becoming a member of our investigation team. We would appreciate that. So you guys check out that website if you don't mind. Again, that's mannimalresearch.com. And also, we are on Facebook. You can find us at Mannimal Research on Facebook. What's funny? What are you giggling at?
Old Bear Den, this comment said, try the roads in Iowa. I've been in Iowa, Old Bear. It's been a long time, but I've been there. Hello, Gypsy Road.
Old Bear. We got a comment or an announcement coming up here in just a few minutes regarding the Old Bear. So y'all hang on for that, guys. All right, got a few things we want to discuss before we get started tonight. One of them, I want to give a huge shout out and thank one of our viewers, one of our loyal viewers. Thank them just a great deal. I want to give a shout out to Crave Dog. If you are watching, I'm sure if you're not watching right now, you'll see it later. But Crave Dog did something really cool for us. A few days ago, he went on another fella's YouTube channel. I'm sure most everybody knows about him. It's Steve over at How to Hunt. And Crave Dog went on there and gave us a shout out on that channel under his comments. Told everybody had some kind words about our show and about us, and asked people to come and check us out. And since he did that, we added almost 50 subscribers in just a few days since he did that. And that was really, really cool of him. He didn't have to do it, didn't ask him to do it. He just, excuse me, sorry about that. He just knows that we are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and he's trying to help us out with that. And that was really cool of him. I appreciate that. So, Crave Dog, thank you, buddy. All right, something else. Walls and I'm going to let Walls tell you about this. He and I have been talking over the last week or so about something that we can do for our 50th show that we got coming up. I think tonight is number 43. And if we don't add any extra shows, our 50th should be on November 9th. So we've been talking about trying to come up with something special, something cool to do. And Walls had a real good idea. So I'm going to let him tell you about that. Go ahead, buddy.
Oh, you're referring to the little giveaway then?
Yeah.
Well, what I suggested, it was that for our 50th, they figured that when we do the 50th, we'll probably do some kind of giveaway with either I believe it's a pendulum necklace or with the Bigfoot on it, is it not? and
Yeah, we have all kind of merchandise.
and probably try either with a necklace and then something else, and then if how many people we get, we're going to I'll probably be in the same. It depends on how we do it with my work and everything, but I'll try to be in the same spot where he's at, and that way I can help take count names and grab everything. And in the very next show, we're going to announce a draw where we draw a name out, and that winner will get a gift from our 50th episode. And do it that way. We won't have to worry about giving nobody's address online. We'll give it discreet and from off the side. That way nobody has to get scared or panic. It'll be safe and easy. And we'll try to get it to you as fast as we can with whoever we draw out. And hopefully, pass the word and come into the show. I'll be busy that night.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll probably do something like you'll have to be present for that 50th show and make a comment or something like that, so we can tell that you're on there. We'll get your name written down and get you in a drawing. And the winner of that, we've got several goodies. Things we'll put in a little prize pack, little goodie bag or something, just to show our appreciation and
Yep.
helping us get to 50 shows. It might not be that big of a deal for y'all, but it's a big deal for us. We're coming up on, we've been doing this for 8 or 9 months. January will be a year. So, yeah, we're proud of what we've done. So we just want to say thank you. So on our 50th, we want to give somebody something. So, guys, go ahead, buddy.
You possibly have Gypsy Road's website on there. Can you pop it up for him and give him a shout out? Because he mentioned something about, he said he was going to do it on Wednesday. He's going to holler at our show out. So we'll do the favor right now for him if you've got it. And then
yeah, guys, go check out Gypsy Road. He's got a channel on YouTube as well. We have been on there. We've been a guest on his show. A couple of cool guys over there. They do a cool show. We had a lot of fun over there. So yeah, definitely. We'll be in touch, buddy. We can work it out. We can come back on there. We'd love to.
Yep.
Actually, I believe it was your brother. I'm not sure which one of you it was. Believes he had a Bigfoot encounter from a long time ago. So it was really cool hearing about that. We went into his show not knowing we were going to get a whole new encounter. So yeah, man, we'll work something out.
Cool.
All right. One more thing before we before we talk about our guest and bring him on. As I teased a little bit earlier in the show, we were talking about the Old Bear, which is the Old Bear's Den of Bigfoot. Another popular YouTube channel has been on our show. He's been on our show a couple of times. We did a 2-part special with him. Awesome guy, really cool. He, hey Pat, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I'm about to do that. Old Bear says, give him the news. So yesterday, it was the day before yesterday, a couple days ago. Old Bear contacted me. He sent me a text and asked what we thought about him and his wife coming down from West Virginia and doing a little special with our program. What we are planning, I don't want to give all the details away, but what we're planning on doing is doing a night investigation with several members of Mannimal. Talk a little more about that in a second. But with some members of Mannimal, do a night investigation, and Old Bear and his wife will be filming it. And that's going to be on a Friday night. And the next night, we're going to do it either that night or the next night. We're not sure yet. Old Bear is going to interview us. So it's going to be like a 2-part special. Like I said, we haven't worked everything out, but we're going to be airing an expedition by Mannimal, and then Old Bear is going to interview our members. So guys, be looking out for that. And if things don't change, we are looking at the 9th and the 10th of October. So that's coming up pretty quick. And actually, to add to that, we might have a couple of our other members, our Virginia team, might be coming in. Travis and Will, they might come down and get in on it. Now, that's going to be a lot of driving for these guys, but
Oh,
no, we're all passionate about the subject. So
he just corrected you. Saturday night's gonna
Saturday
be
night
live.
is live. Yeah, I thought we
Saturday
would do
night.
the investigation on Friday night and then do a live interview on Saturday night. Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what he
he
said.
corrected me. He's gonna be talking about that on his channel coming up too. So yeah, guys, be looking out for that. That's gonna be fun. All right, all of that out of the way, we'll start talking about tonight's guests. Guys, we always talk about it's important to report your encounters and things going on with Bigfoot, and we know that not everybody wants to do that because they're afraid of the backlash, the ridicule, things of that nature. So protecting your anonymity is something that we take pride in. If you don't want your name, your image, any of your information out there, we're not going to share it. And that's the case that we have tonight. This gentleman's had a lot of stuff going on in the state of Mississippi, and he reached out to me and was telling me a lot about it. We invited him on, but he didn't want his information out there, so we're not going to be sharing any of that. We'll call him Roy just for tonight. But we got Roy on from Mississippi. He's going to come on, and we've got some interesting pictures that he sent me that we're going to be sharing. And to hear Roy say it, there's some crazy stuff going on in Mississippi. So yeah, that's what we got planned for tonight. If you're ready, buddy, we'll bring him on.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody's waiting on it, so let's get it going.
All right, buddy. Roy, how's it going tonight, buddy?
It's going fine, sir. How y'all doing tonight?
Good.
We are doing well, doing well. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for being with us.
Love your show.
Thank you, thank you. That's cool of you to say. Yeah, we'll get right into it, man. If you don't mind, you're in Mississippi.
Yes.
Want to ask you about how long has this stuff been going on, or for you anyway? And before your first experience, your first encounter with them, what was your knowledge of the topic and what happened? And the floor is yours, buddy. Just take it away.
Okay. Like you said, I live in Mississippi. It wasn't my first encounter here. My first encounter, well, I've been knowing about them since I was a kid, and 7, 8, 10 years old, and I lived in Louisiana then, and we come up here. My grandparents had an old farm, and up north Mississippi, and we used to come visit them, and they always told me and my sister, don't go past the barn. Never go past the barn. And you know how kids are, you know. And they had a bull back there that was so old, we used to walk up and pet it, a big old Bramer bull. It didn't never bothered us. It snorted at us, and blew snot on you like it does. And we wasn't scared of it because my grandpa was there. And so one day we got the urge when my grandpa was out there plowing the fields. We decided we'd go out there and go behind the barn because that's where they kept the apples, the big old green apples they used to raise. And we was walking right almost to the end of the barn, and there was a tree that broke, or a big old tree limb. Because we was kids, it could have been a building. We didn't know back then, And I seen it looked like a giant monkey to me, and I didn't think nothing about it. So we made it past the barn, and he had a tree in the middle of that field about 50 or 60 yards from the barn to his house, and we was going to go through a barbed wire. It had a barbed wire fenced off. We was going to go through there. We just stole some apples, and we knew if we got caught, we was going to get our tail whipped, And about that time, we got halfway that tree, that bull got loose. And it come out running fast. And my sister cut tail and run through toward the barbed wire fence. and ducked down, run up under the ground, up under the bottom of the fence, and cut her little legs all to hell. I mean, it cut her from her little butt down, and she was bleeding like a stuck hog. And I knew my grandpa was gonna kill me for that. And I turned around, and that bull was about 20 yards from me, 25 yards, and I ducked behind the tree, and I stood there with my back against the tree. I thought he'd go past it, and as soon as that bull got to that tree, whatever that was made it from that barn to that tree right behind me and grabbed that bull and twisted his neck down in the ground. And like, oh my God, it had to have been like a second to me, but I'm sure it was like 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and slammed into the ground. And I turned around and looked, and he was already halfway back to the barn and turned around and looked at me and walked on past the barn up through the woods. And I seen my grandpa coming, and I knew it was it, you know, because my daddy couldn't have saved me then. And the truck, got us back in the truck, went on back to the house. He said, "You okay?" I said, "Yes, sir." And then he told me what the deal was. He said, "That's their land. That's not ours. That's theirs. You don't ever go past that again." And he never said nothing else about that. And I never asked him nothing about it. It probably took me 2 or 3 weeks to calm down and figure out I can talk without stuttering. So I would say that would be the first time I've seen it.
Okay, so you actually laid eyes on it doing this.
Oh yeah. It was like but I mean it come out of nowhere though. I mean, that bull was right here, you know, and then it stepped between me and that bull by that tree and just grabbed it and just ripped his head straight down to the ground, like instantly. I never heard him, I never seen him, but he was there.
You might have said, but how big of a bull were we talking?
Sir?
You might have said, but I think I missed it. How big of a bull are we talking about?
It was a Bramer bull. It was a big yellow Bramer bull.
Okay, do you know about how much it weighed?
Oh, I'm sure it was 2,000 pounds easy. You know, it was big.
And give us an approximate size on the Bigfoot that you saw.
Shoot, 8 feet, maybe 9. I mean, if you can stop a charging bull, if you can walk out and grab a bull charging and twist his neck backwards and throw it to the ground, that's pretty big. Whatever.
Absolutely. Yeah, we got our first question of the night for you. Bomber asks, how old was Roy when he witnessed that, and did it kill the bull or just pull it to the ground?
Oh no, it killed it. Oh yeah, it twisted his neck completely around. I was probably 7, 8 years old, maybe. Yeah.
Wow. That's something to witness that young, man. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, but see, you're still a kid. You know what I mean? I thought what I seen when we was stealing them, borrowing them apples, let me rephrase that. You know, we thought it was like just a monkey or something, you know what I mean? We never heard of that before, never, you know. But they knew it was there.
So you hadn't heard of it before then?
No, sir. You know, they knew it was there because he farmed on a certain part of land and he let them alone on the other side of their land. You know, he never messed with them. They never bothered him.
It was like a live and let live kind of thing going on.
Pretty much. You know, you respect me, I respect you. That's what I got later on in life, you know. And
yeah, you hear that a lot from the old timers that back then that these in parts of the country these things seemed like they were just pretty well accepted.
Yeah.
You know, people knew they were there.
Exactly. That's why I don't tell nobody about, you know, what's going on around here. You know, because I don't call them they're not a creature, you know, they're not an animal, they're a being. That's what they are. They're a being, you know. And they're I don't know, man. You know, I can't explain it, but
Yeah, I mean, no, I think you did good explaining it. Um, all right, so that was your first experience, and that was on your family's property in northern Mississippi, right?
yes, sir, up north Mississippi.
Okay. Now, the before you grew up, I mean, how much more time did you spend at that property, and did anything else ever happen while you were growing up?
I mean, well, when they died, you know, my grandpa and them, but my grandpa died first. He was 97. He's had that property 90 years probably. And my grandmother was born a mile from it. They got married and they moved there, and that they've been there their whole life, you know. So when they passed away, it's a long ride for me to make time to go back up there. But I used to go up there. I'd make it a fact to go at least once every month or two, just to check on everything, you know, and look around. And if I knew then what I know now about all that, I would have moved there, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did your family react about that? Did they? I'm actually reading off Bomber's question there. How did your family react to that, and do they all know or believe, or do they kind of like some people do, kind of just flick it away and it's like, it wasn't nothing?
Well, I don't have a family anymore, but back then when it happened, um, nobody said anything about nothing. That's the way the old people kept it, you know. Um, Nobody spoke about it, and that was it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so fast forward several years, and you are on the property that you're at now. Uh, like I said earlier, you sent me some pretty interesting pictures, so we'll go ahead and go over those if you want to. I'll put a picture up, and then you just talk about it if you don't mind.
Sure.
On this one, I was telling Roy and Walls before the show, of all the pictures, this one impressed me the most. I think this really gives us an example of the sheer power and the strength that these things possess. So, guys, take a look at this.
Uh,
Look at the size of that tree.
yeah, that
And like Roy pointed out, it's upside down. Something with hands picked that up and placed it like that. Something very, very strong. Go ahead and tell us about this picture.
that picture right there is about 50 yards across the street from my house. I have 3,000 acres across the street from my house on a dead end road. Um, we was out there riding one night, walking, uh, and I mean, I know they're here. We'll get in that later if you have time. But yeah, I seen that, and I'm like, yep, yeah, they back, you know. But yeah, that tree that's in the fork of them other three trees, there's not a tree around that for 50 or 60 yards or long that big. So evidently they had to tote it, or someone had to tote it, because if you walk up to it and look at it face to face, that tree is about 12 feet high.
God,
Yeah,
there's no telling what that thing weighs.
exactly, exactly. And I looked at my wife. I'm like, well, that's interesting. You know, they
Yeah, to say the least.
they sending me a signal again. You know, so they
Hey, we
just
got
let me.
another question. Got a question for you real quick before we go any further in this. Buddy Pat, what's up, Pat? Wants to know, is the property still in your family?
Uh, I'm the only one in my family, and yes, I still own it. I own every bit of it.
Now that's the 3,000 acres up in northern Mississippi, and you live further south now. Is that correct?
I live 2 hours from there. It's been in my
Okay.
family over 200 years, and Yeah, I won't never sell it. I won't never sell no trees, no land. I want it just the way it was.
Yeah.
It's intriguing.
Do you live in a cul-de-sac surrounded by trees?
No, no,
You don't.
no. I don't live in a
Okay.
culture.
All right. So we'll go to the next picture, but that's pretty impressive right there, guys. It really is.
Well, I got some new ones, man.
That looks like a ground nest. Is that your opinion?
Well, I thought, yeah, that's on the back side. That's about 100 yards past the tree I sent you. There's a river behind it that goes through like 3 or 4 different counties. It'll go all the way to Tennessee if you can follow it right. That's about 100
Oh,
yards past that in the woods. That's off a 4-wheeler trail.
okay.
So that's right in front of my house. That was new.
Was that a tree break or well?
Well, it's a tree break, but it's a signal. That's why it's a signal for the juvenile. That's what I believe it is.
Okay. Okay.
Yep.
This is definitely a break.
Yep.
That just looking from the picture, that looked like a healthy tree. Was that tree?
It's
It
like
wasn't dead, was it?
no, it's a live tree. We found that was from the headlights of my 4-wheeler. When I seen that, I stopped and took that picture and turned around because I wasn't gonna go no
Yeah.
further. You know.
That that tree that looks a lot like one I found on a property of mine that I researched where it's broke, about a foot and a half off the ground, and the tree's not very big, so there's not a lot of surface area for the wind to get a hold of.
Right.
And it being a live tree, it's strong, so you just wouldn't think that the wind would blow that over and
No,
snap it a foot off the ground.
the wind didn't blow that, and I don't know if you can see the end of it between the other 2 trees that it went in between, but it's probably
Yeah.
it's about 6 feet past that. Yeah.
Wow.
It's in
Now, Roy,
I don't think that was an
how
accident.
often have you found these signs?
sir.
How often have you found these signs around your area?
About every week or 2, we get out and walk across the street and go down through the woods. You'll see it. You'll see them. I
Okay.
see. Yep. There's an X. Yeah. There's a new one down there now. Yeah, that's good. That's pretty good.
You look like you got that tree that was pushed or blown over or something. It looks like you got a couple leaners.
Yeah, but look at the bottom part of it though. There's another picture that we call it they're making a room because it's like a white ash tree, and they got them stacked, making a square on the floor in there.
Okay.
I don't know what that means, but I'm not touching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Old Bear says he believes he has a clan near him, in his opinion.
Word, me?
Near
Yes.
Roy.
Yes.
Oh, I probably got I know for a fact there's about 6 or 7 there. These are red ones, These, I think I got a bunch of juveniles here. They just want to play with you,
Yeah, we get through looking at these pictures. We'll get into some of the sightings that you've had at your property now where you're at. But we got one more to show, and it's a pretty good print.
Yeah, is that the little one?
Looks like a juvenile, about 9 inches, about the size of that last one we got.
Yeah, that's a juvenile.
Yep.
It's a baby. That was taken beside my house.
Wow.
And everybody tells me it's a bear. There's no bears here. There's no bears here, and there ain't no bear around here.
If that was a bear, it'd be rounded on the end. It'd be rounded on the bottom, and it'd be
Thank you.
smaller. It wouldn't be in length. Bears don't have length. They have a round paw.
Yeah, the only way it would be a bear is if a bear stepped into its own print.
Yeah,
But it don't look like that's what's happening here.
and you would have claw mark. You would have the claws where they dig into the ground.
Everybody keeps telling me that's a bear print. I said, your ass. That's not. I don't have bears. That's not a bear print. Look at it. No.
Looks like if I'm really looking at it right, 1, 2, 3. I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 toes, but it looks like he might need a manicure or a pedicure. He got some long toenails if that is, but I mean, it ain't rounded on the end. Like I said, I can tell that's not a bear print. We've got bear print up here.
You're going to have people tell you it's a bear, and I mean, I don't think it is. We'll just have to respect everybody's opinion.
True.
Exactly. That's what I do. I just, okay, well, whatever. No.
It's like Bomber said. It said, that's right. It's too slim to be a bear print.
Yep.
That's what I think.
Sure is.
All right. So appreciate you sending those pictures and giving us a chance to share them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's talk about some sightings that you've had on this property that you're at now. You said that they're mostly red in color.
But well, I say red, dark, like they're not black, they're not grays, the ones we see, they're kind of like a reddish black color. You know what I mean? They're not one solid color,
Yeah. Okay. Well, look, tell us about some of the sightings you've had.
We're here.
Yeah.
You can sit on my front porch at night, and you can watch a shadow move from tree to tree real quick, and then all of a sudden, if you're watching that where they went to, and if you turn back, they'll be on the other side right in front of you. You didn't even see them cross, Oh yeah, yeah. We were sitting out. I was sitting on the porch the other night, and I kept hearing something out there, and so I turned the lights off and turned my recorder on, and it didn't last about 3 minutes, but about 2.5 minutes into it, I finally told him, I said, well, if you're gonna let me know you hear, make a sound. And the next sound you heard was kapow! It was a tree break right across the street from me. I'm like, well, okay, I'm done.
John Carter asked, which that question gets asked quite a bit by us too. Do you carry a firearm when you go out also?
I carry one, but I don't carry one that would kill one, because I want to kill one. But I mean, if it come toward me, I would. But usually I keep a pistol in my pocket for the snakes, But other than that, no, I don't. I've been around them so long, all these years. I don't feel threatened by them.
Right.
Yeah. Just for protection.
Yeah. I mean,
well, Wayne carries one. I don't really carry. I carry the knife and the hatchet, and
usually I carry a knife, man. Yeah, I carry a big long buck knife, but
I'm gonna wind up giving him a haircut instead of popping the butt with a.
Yeah, you just want to wrestle with them. That's what you want to do.
Last man standing, huh?
That's right.
Yeah. Walls is a wrestler. He wants to wrestle with them.
Now, me and my brother had an encounter you might be interested in. I don't know.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Well, he's dead now, so I can talk about it. He's in Vietnam, and of course, it's been years ago. We was hunting alligators, and my brother, he was the last one out of his group that survived, and they sprayed that Agent Orange crap, and he had 34 people in his unit, and he was the last one that survived, and they found him 2 months later. And but anyway, he was a little tricked out, you know. And he used to tell me stories about the rock apes, and I've never heard about that before. He said, "Man, there's monkeys and apes that throw rocks at you." Where I'm from, you know, I'm like, "Well, I've never heard about that." And anyway, fast forward to now, we used to alligator hunt, like I said, in the swamps down in Louisiana, and we had a 14, 16-foot boat, aluminum boat. You know, you could wade in the swamp, you could hear a gnat fart in the swamp, you know, and we had a few in it, pulled up to the bank. We stand there, we're smoking a cigarette, and it was a cypress tree snap right behind them. I mean, with that tree break. And that cypress tree was a good 4 feet round. And it's like it just kapow. And he went in real Vietnam IG Joe mode and took off. And I'm standing there holding the boat with the alligator meat in it, you know, and I'm looking for him, and it got real quiet. You know, there wasn't no crickets, there wasn't nothing. And the next sound I heard, about 4 feet beside the boat, beside of me, something stepped off in the water, and I heard another flash, and I turned the flashlight, and it was halfway in the swamp walking to the other side. And that freaked me out. That really freaked me out right there, you know.
So you saw it.
Oh yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I smelt it, you know.
So you said you smelt it. I've asked that question to a lot of guests if they've smelt stuff, and most like me and Wayne, we've not smelled anything. What can you describe the smell?
If you smell it, it'll make you sick to your stomach. It's like sulfur with, oh my God, like rotten meat and rotten fish and sardines or something. I mean, it's oh my God, it's a rank smell, man. I'm telling you.
Something like rotten eggs?
Oh man, it's 10 times worse than that.
Worse than that? Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's a gag, bro. I'm telling you. He moved. What still intrigues me to this day, he was beside of us. He was beside of me. I was standing in front of the boat on the, you know, we had it up on the swampland. It was 10, 15, 20 yards to the left of me where my brother went where the tree broke. I didn't hear nothing. You know, in a swamp, if you ever been in a swamp at night, you can hear anything. I mean, for miles. I didn't hear shit till it stepped beside that boat in that water and I turned that light on. So I don't know how it got from over there to over here without making one noise.
Is that that's in your northern area land, or is this an different area?
No, that's in Louisiana.
Oh, the Louisiana. Okay.
That's up some swamp.
You believe that could be possibly something like the swamp ape, as they say in Florida?
Man, I don't know. But I know it was big, and just like what I seen before, you know. So I mean, they could call it a different name. I don't know. Everybody has a different name for them.
Right.
But it was big, and it could step.
Louisiana, there's something like they call a rougarou or something like that runs around over in there.
Yeah, a rougarou that takes over your soul. It possesses another being, something like that.
Yeah, Daryl was he popped that question about northern Alabama, if it was in there, called the rougarou, and swampy in Alabama. I know that parts of the area I know from Alabama is Gunnersville. The water kind of gets low, but not too swampy. It's a good lake to fish in. I know that. I don't think Alabama has any really swampy areas except for closer, maybe on the Florida side area, you know, near that area.
Yeah.
Y'all need to get down, man.
I know Louisiana is swampy. I've seen it enough.
Yeah, that's where I was raised at, Louisiana, and I moved here. I got here and noticing things and seeing things, and stuff started happening, man. I couldn't figure out, you know. I'm like, well, damn, what's going on here, you know? So,
all right.
It's just hard to explain.
Pappy's asking, did that big guy move underwater before coming up next to the boat? Heard about them being good swimmers. Pappy, I've heard that too. I haven't heard it a whole lot. I haven't had a lot of people talk about witnessing them swimming, but do you think that could be a possibility with what happened to you, Roy?
No, because if it moves, if it would have swam underwater, the boat would have moved.
Yeah.
The John boats. I had a John boat pulled up to the bank. I'm holding the rope. So, if anything would have swam or moved, I would have heard it. That's what gets me. That was 25 years ago. I was down here on the other end of my land. Well, I say my land. Where I live now, it's a dead end road. They got a skidder trail that went through there probably 40 years ago and made a road. And of course, it's all grown up now. And they got a rye field down there they planted for deer, which is all screwed up now. But anyway, we used to ride 4-wheelers down there at night. And right on the left side of that creek, on the left side of the road, there's a creek. It's probably, 20 feet wide. And it's probably, 15, 20 feet deep. Just, right beside it. If you don't know where it's at, you'll kill yourself in that 4-wheeler if you run off down in there, because it's got rocks and motors and whatever. I pulled up down there. I stopped and smoked a cigarette one night down there. And I heard something. You could see the ryegrass moving through the moon, through the light. And that tree, you could hear it. I'm like, damn, what the hell is that? Here it come. And it was a buck. And it jumped from almost the end of the where it come out of the grass field. It jumped and kicked me in the back of the head and hit the side on my left side where the bank was and cleared that and went over there and stopped and looked. And he looked like he'd been running a horse for 3 days. He was out of breath. He was just sitting there panting. And he just turned around and hauled ass. And I'm like, damn, I've never seen a deer do that. And I turned around and you could see the grass and you could hear it sounded like you hitting the ground with a sledgehammer. Just boom, 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 boom. And it was coming, son. It was coming hard. It got right to the tree line and it stopped. Everything quit. Just so I don't know if I interrupted his meal or whatever, or if he smelt my cigarette or sensed me, but I got the hell out of there quick. I never seen it, but anything that can run that hard, it sounds just like a sledgehammer hitting dry dirt. That's what it sounded like. You could feel it.
Yeah, I bet you interrupted his hunt, and I can imagine what the sound. 1,000-pound thing running through the woods like that. I can imagine you'd feel it.
Yeah, we went back the next day, man. I went back to there where it was at, what I heard, and you see the grass, man. That ryegrass is 7-8 feet high, and it's like you went through there with a car and just moved it down, And it got to one spot on the tree line. I found 3 prints, and that was it. Out of all that, it was probably 70 yards, maybe 65, 70 yards. We found 3 prints, and that was it. I guess because the ground was so hard or whatever it was. But I tell you what, it raised the hair on the back of my neck. And, I ain't scared of nothing, but that right there got my attention quick,
Yeah, I imagine. Now, all this property that you're checking out now across the street from you, on your walks and you're investigating, have you come across any kills, any bodies left behind? Animals like deers, anything like that?
I found one thing I didn't even tell my wife about yet, but on the end of the property in the back, it's about 3.5 miles in, 3 miles in if you're walking. I don't ride a 4-wheeler no more back through there, You know, I don't take a camera with me no more, a video camera, because they can sense the noise. Um, I found a dog back there. I can send you a picture of it on your page. It was a rock.
Okay.
I knew who it belonged to, and they took him to the deer camp back there one weekend and never could find him. Well, I found him by accident, and I never did say nothing to him because I didn't want her to spill. You know what I mean? Anybody else? But it looked like he was ripped in half right behind his front shoulders, laying there. And what the rest of it was, I have no idea. But I seen that and took a
Really?
picture of it, and I left. You know, okay, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty well known that they, for whatever reason, they don't like dogs very
Mm.
much. I mean, don't know if it's dogs start yapping at them, barking, maybe give away their location or something. But
I
yeah,
think
for
they
some reason they don't like dogs.
no, I think they have the same um descent. You know what I'm saying? A dog can see things a human can't. They can smell things we can't. I believe they have the same sense. You know, well, evidently they do. You know, because they can smell you 5 miles away or longer. But yeah, I don't know. I got a dog here, and man, he some nights I'll take him out, and he won't even go to the road. You know, he'll stand there and stare at the woods and come back inside. He won't even go out. You know, and he's a boxer, so he's, you know, he knows something's up. You know,
Yeah,
but I mean, you can walk there at night. You can hear them. You can hear tree breaks. I mean, I leave them peanut butter. You know, I leave them little things. I had a pickup. I had a white Ford truck about 2 years ago that was totaled out my front yard by an idiot driver. But anyway, um, it we found. I have found, and I got pictures of it. I don't know if I sent it to you or not, but I can if you'd like to see it. I have muddy handprints that come in my yard from the rear tail light down my truck. I got fingerprints, and you can tell it's a juvenile by the fingerprints. It come all the way about halfway on top of my hood and grabbed his fingers and just run it down. Um, I got handprints on my door glass, and it left me some kind of plant. I still don't know what that means. Some kind of big green plant laying on my hood. I don't know what that means, you know. But yeah, I still got pictures of that. That's pretty intriguing to me, you know.
yeah. I had a question. I don't know where it went. Yeah, right here. Did he say if they followed him home or messed with the house at all? And that was going to be a question I asked you since since you live so close. Have you had anything going on at your house?
Uh, well, they used to slap the back of my house, you know, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. It'll wake you up, you know. Went out there. I mean, you can see them where they slapped it, you know, and
Okay.
you can see 1 or 2 prints, and they just let you know they want to play. I think that's a juveniles, you know. They just want to play, you know. They don't. I mean, if they wanted to hurt you, man, they hurt you, you know. I've been hit with rocks. I've been hit with tree limbs. I've been hit with boulders. I've been hit with just about everything. If they wanted to kill you, they kill you, you know. Well, if they sense you like a dog, they sense you don't mean them no harm. You know, they just let you know. That's when they allow you to see them. That's what I think. You know,
Yeah.
because I've been fooling with them for 30 years, and I've never been harmed. I mean, I've been hit by a few things. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, they've never harmed me. You know, we got a
Have
new.
you uh have you ever felt threatened at all? You said that they've never harmed you, but have you ever felt like the opportunity was there to be harmed?
Uh, oh yeah, Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. I sure have more than once, man. It's everybody. Um, I've never seen red eyes. Everybody keeps saying they have red eyes. Everybody's a skeptic. You unless you see one or be real close to one or can smell one or touch it, you'll never know. You're just going by word of mouth. Okay. I've seen yellow eyes. Yeah. I've never seen red ones. Okay.
Yeah, I wanted to
I've
ask you what kind of eye shine you'd been seeing.
been seeing yellow. Everybody keeps telling me red. I'm not saying they don't have red eyes. I know the black ones are more aggressive. I do know that. The red ones, the reddish ones, I'm sure they could be. I mean, but I've never seen red eye shine. I mean, I'm not saying they don't have it. I had a friend girl of mine in Louisiana saying she's seen green ones. I told her she needs to quit drinking. So,
I think the eye shine I think it's just a reflection. I mean, I think whatever kind of light you're shining in that area is the kind of light that you're going to get back. If you hit them with brake light, you're probably going to get red eye shine. I think. Exactly. I mean, people put off red eye shine when they take pictures. I don't think it's a self-illuminating kind of thing at all. I think it's just reflection.
That's exactly what I think.
There's a question there.
Yeah. Oh, Bear's asking, have they left handprints on vehicles or house windows?
Oh yeah. They never left it on my house window. Where they hit the back of my house at, you could see the handprints. And they left them on my truck all the time. Yeah. I'm gonna have to send you them pictures, man, if you're interested.
Yeah, send me those.
Yeah. You got one. Where to go? There's a question on there. I'm trying to say it differently. He's asking kind of like what you think your relationship is with them. What would you put your
Yeah, tell us about your relationship with them. How do you feel your relationship is with the ones around your property?
Yeah, you said it better, Wayne. Thanks.
Well, I trust them and they trust me. I try not to let nothing happen to them. The best that I can of my ability. I don't tell nobody about them. I don't tell nobody what me and my wife know here, because I don't want people coming in with cameras and guns and dogs, and you know what I mean. So if they didn't trust me, they wouldn't come in my yard. They wouldn't leave me stuff. So yeah, I mean, they can sense I'm not trying to hurt them. I don't mean them no harm.
Daryl said something about the eye shine is a warning to stay away.
I've heard, man, I've heard that for about 15 years. I don't believe that. I tell you what, I do know for a fact. If you ever out there hunting them, wherever y'all go, if you see a tree break on the small trees about 7-8 feet high, and they break half the tree pointing in one direction, walk wherever that tree limb's pointing, walk on down and follow it, because there's going to be another one and another one. That's the boundaries for the juveniles not to cross. That's like don't go past that tree, Junior. You know what I mean? Because I've been there. I followed it. We used to follow it one time, and that's what that means. I believe that's what that means. And the smell that you sense, I think that's a female putting off like a skunk, like a deterrent smell, like a threat. Because a male will not do that. I've never had one in 30 years. I mean, I didn't stop and check them out, but I mean, you can tell a male kind of from a female, But we got another county down here.
You broke up a little bit while you were saying all that. Could you repeat? What were you saying about the difference in the males and the females?
Yeah, I said I don't think the males put out the smell. It's a deterrent smell. You know,
Huh.
females will put that smell out because they have young ones around, the juveniles. You know, that's warning you right there. Stay the hell away. You know.
Right.
That's interesting.
I was reading something here. Daryl was, or not Daryl. Where was it at? Where'd it go? It just. Oh yeah, here it goes. Facebook user on here said he said yellow eyes are happy, excited. Remember Daryl saying something about
A
one
warning system.
talking about staying away. What if their eyes are kind of like moon rings? I just now thinking that. What if it translates their mood, what they're in. If you get a red eye one, everybody thinks evil, bad, mean. You get a yellow one, which is a deer. You can see deer sometimes have yellow ones, calm, collect. What makes them think their eyes don't change color like that with lights?
Exactly.
You know,
that's why I never understood. I don't go by that. Everybody thinks, oh my God, watch out for the red eyes, man. Look here. It don't matter if they got red eyes, blue eyes, or purple eyes. I mean, if they want to kill you, they so fast and they can move so quick. I mean, you're already a goner because they don't travel in one; they travel in tribes. You know, they have watches too. You know, so if you see one during the day, you can bet your butt there's two more behind you or another one beside of you. I guarantee you.
So there's the one right there. Daryl said he recorded one that turned on her an eye glow because we got too close.
Yeah. Yeah. You get too close.
That could go just with my theory, what I just said, you know, what if their eyes are not just showing up? Maybe it's just showing like their certain mood, which would be kind of another cool kind of thing, you know.
And that's the thing. We can all talk. We can all give our opinions, and that's all they are. It's just our opinions. We could talk about what we've seen, what we think, but none of us know for sure.
Right.
I mean, if we're all being honest, I mean, we can't say for sure. We don't have a body to examine. We don't have live ones in a zoo or somewhere that we can look at. So what we're doing as amateur researchers are getting out and trying to learn these things and starting the conversation and talking about it and saying what we've seen versus what someone else has seen. Just trying to put a bunch of puzzle pieces together.
Yeah, and you'll never put it together, man. It'll never be. You'll never understand them because they're so evolved. I mean, they've been here for hundreds. They've been here since 900 BC. You know that, or Columbus days. They've been here. You know, Neanderthal days. You know, the wild men, the ape men, the crazy men. You know, and they're still here. Right now, they coming out. I mean, what kills me is like, you know, I'm Indian. I'm part Indian, and they taking their land, man. Everybody's taking their land. They forcing their hand. That's what they doing. I mean, they live in the woods. That's their home. They don't bother you, don't bother them. Well, now they cutting the timber down, what ain't burning, and you forcing them out. Y'all forcing their hand out, you see? And now they saying, oh my God, there's a Bigfoot. Get a gun and kill it. Well, you're the one that needs to get shot. I mean, you run them out of their home. You know,
right?
That's why we're seeing more of them. It sounds like a broken record.
Exactly.
We say it all the time. We're taking their home away. The further we build, the more subdivisions we put in, the more cabins and all the stuff up in the mountains and the woods. It's just taking their land away. We're going to continue to see them. And how do we know it's not going to get to a point where they become hostile?
Exactly. That's probably what half of them are. I mean, you get all them supposedly, well, he killed my dog. He killed my best friend. They in my backyard. Well, you just took 500 acres to build 2 houses. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Even the Indians, I mean, like the forest, that's their gift, man. The Indians knew that. you know, that was their forest god. I mean, that was their home, you know.
There you go. Yeah, A&E. There it is.
Yeah, Daryl Owen, that's my buddy. Yeah, talking about his A&E Ancient Mysteries Bigfoot from 1992. Scott Harriet and Daryl videotaped a male and female. Daryl sent me that video, and I've seen it. So Daryl's a good friend of mine. He knows what he's talking about. He's moving out this way here soon. We're practically going to be neighbors, and I'm excited about it because going to be
Grave,
learning a lot from him.
Grave Dog asked Roy, what do the ones on? You might have said it earlier. He might have missed it, but what do the ones on your property look like? And do they look? I can't underneath. Something about ape-like, and then something. The big word, Wayne. What is that?
Well, I'm trying. Is that Neanderthal?
Neanderthal. I can't even.
What do the ones on your property look like? Neanderthal or more ape-like?
I wouldn't call them apes. That don't look like a big giant monkey bent over. I mean, the ones I see around here, I see a bunch of red ones here. Usually they'll be behind a tree. You could hear them grunt. I mean, if they're there, I sit outside a lot because I'm staring at I'm looking at 3,000 acres in the dark right here across from me. There's probably a couple that are staring at me now. I'll be honest with you. You know, you can hear a tree break. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if they want me to know that they'll break a tree. They'll break a tree limb. They'll throw something. You know, something for attention. You know, like, hey, Daddy, I'm home. You know, I mean, yeah. But most this 4 or 5 we seen, they're juveniles. They probably 6 feet high, 5.5, 6 feet high. But there's one black one here, and he's we've seen him 2 or 3 times at probably 75 yards away, and he looks like he's 12 feet high, 70 yards away. I mean, he's broad. He's the man. And matter of fact, if I got enough time, I can tell you this real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
Me and my wife was sitting on our carport one night, and I brought one of my TVs outside, one of my little old TVs, and we said, hey, we'll just watch a movie outside because it was cool. You know, we're sitting there having a couple of drinks, watching TV with the lights out, and all of a sudden we heard a snap, son. And I'm talking about like it was right behind me, but it was at the end of the road down here, like 100 yards, and there was a scream. I mean, it screamed so loud, you could feel it from your insides. It was so fucking loud, and it was coming this way. And you could hear it. You could hear it running through the trees and shit. And the more it got closer and closer, the more it vibrated. I mean, it literally vibrated us from the inside. I mean, you could feel it. You could feel it coming. I've never heard a scream like that in my life. And man, it was wicked. It got all the way to the end of the wood line right here, and you could see 20-foot pine trees moving back and forth instantly. I'm like, oh shit. And then it stopped. It just like it never happened. It quit. So I don't know if that was a bluff charge or why it was doing that. You know what I mean? But that, I won't never forget that, man. And it was at the end of the road right here. You know, I don't know if he or she or whatever it was calling their little ones or they was coming at us, or, you know, but it was coming. And that scream was so loud, I'm telling you, it vibrated your insides, man. It was awesome. It was awesome.
So you would describe it as a scream, not like a roar or anything like that?
It wasn't a roar. No, it wasn't like no bear roar. It was just like when it
Like a
when
woman
it
being
let
strangled?
do what?
Like, would it be like a woman being strangled? The scream?
It's kind of the way, yeah, yeah, kind of. That's what, but it was loud and deep, man. It was,
Right.
but the pitch part was so high. The squeal part was so damn high, but you could still feel the bass right below it. That I can't explain it no better, man. It was just like, you know, it, yeah, it, yeah, it make you think a couple times.
That sounds like that little encounter I had in the battlefield near me. Had that big old scream happen near me. We was just chilling out there looking at the deers and stuff, and I remember hearing that scream come out. And I didn't stay there long. It was just a
Yeah, I think that's
scream.
what Walls was kind of asking, and I've heard it reported several times that these screams sound like a woman being murdered.
That's what it
And on our very first ever expedition, Walls, if you remember back, when two of our previous members were with us out there at the lake, we heard a scream similar to that, but it was very, very far off.
Yeah.
So would you kind of compare it to that, Roy?
Yeah, absolutely. But it wasn't far off. I mean, it was loud. That's exactly. You nailed it. You nailed it. That now I can tell her what it was. Yep, that's what it sounded like.
Okay.
It was 75 yards from me right here. I mean, it
Okay.
vibrated your insides. I swear to God, bro. It freaked you out.
Well, I know Wayne got freaked out. He heard a scream like that before, and I know I think that was the same time you're talking about, Wayne. It freaked him out. He's like, I
Man,
never heard it before.
look, I've been in the
Yeah,
woods.
that might have been it.
I've been in the
Do
woods,
what now?
man. All right. I've never heard
Yeah.
I've never heard anything like that. I ain't scared of the dark. I ain't scared of nothing. But that scream, look here, it put the fear of God in me when I heard that. I ain't lying. That scream.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like whatever's producing it is up to no good. I mean that's the only way to explain it, really.
It's that, yeah, yeah, pretty much, yeah. It sounded like a death call or something, man. I mean, that's
Yeah, and we heard that time we heard that what I describe as a laughing bark, a barking laugh. That, oh my God, that's the only time in all these expeditions that we've done that I've ever pulled my gun off of my hip and pulled the hammer back. It
wow.
scared me like I've never been scared in my life. It sounded like the most evil laugh you have ever heard in your entire life. And it went on for 7, 8, 9 seconds without losing any pitch or anything like that. And within about a 5 minute span, it did it like 12 times. And it sounded like it was close. And I still don't know what that was.
I heard that. I heard that. Yeah, I still don't know what this was, but I got a pretty good idea. you know.
I've found a couple of videos on YouTube of people that recorded exactly what we heard that night, and the 3 other people that were with me that night, I played it for them, and they all said, "Yeah, that's what we heard." And all the recordings I found said that they were Bigfoot vocalizations.
They got to be. I mean,
So,
they got to be. That's because I've heard bobcat scream, and that sounds like a woman. But what I've heard that didn't sound like no bobcat. This was It was angry and peed off. I'm telling you, it was
all right, man. Well, it's already 10 minutes after. We've been going for an hour and 10 minutes. And the time just gets away from you when you're talking about. What's that?
I'm sorry I talk too much.
No, you're good, man. No, that's what we like, man. We keep the conversation going, and the great questions and participation from our audience tonight. And man, we're just tickled to have you, Roy. I'm glad that you came on, we'll stay in touch, and you get something else happened, we'll bring you back on.
Man, I appreciate the invite, brother. I'm gonna have to invite you and Jasper up here to my land one weekend when I go up there, because y'all be interested.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about that before we came on, man. I'd love to. It'd be a little hike for us to get there, but I'm down. We'll make it happen.
I can promise you, brother, it'll be worth y'all's while. I'm gonna send you some pictures on your site, man. My new pictures over here across the street. So what's going on around here if you're interested?
All right.
Yeah,
cool.
send them, man, and we'll pass them on. We'll share them somewhere. And like I said, if anything comes up, you get any new activity, holler at me, man. We'll bring you back.
Ain't no doubt, brother. I will. Thank you for having me.
All right, buddy. Yes, sir. You be good. We'll catch you later.
Alrighty, man.
All right. Roy's a good dude, ain't he?
Yeah. Yeah, some encounters like almost kind of like some of them like we'd had in the areas we've been. A few of them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something, man. Everybody, so many people out there running across these things or something out in the woods, and all the encounters and stories there's some kind of similar factor to all of them. You know, it's something's tying them together. There's something out there. We all know that.
And the eye shine, that's a really good thing. I think that might be a cool little idea about the moon thing, and that's possible. I mean, I could latch on to that one actually the whole time. I mean, some of it makes sense from everybody that talks about it. So,
yeah, brought up some good points tonight. Again, everybody, all the viewers out there, we appreciate your participation. It's always good. It's gotten excuse me, it's gotten a lot better, and we appreciate it, guys.
Barry wanted you to please re-announce something.
What did he say?
The 10th.
Yeah, we'll bring that up again for those of you that weren't here at the beginning of the show. We made the announcement that here next month, around the 9th and the 10th, the Old Bear from the Old Bear's Den of Bigfoot. You know, he's got a really popular show a channel on YouTube. Been on our show a couple times, but reached out to me, and we're going to put something together where he's going to come down from West Virginia. Might have a couple of our guys from another state, from Virginia. Might have our Virginia team come down. We're going to do an investigation. Him and his wife, Old Bear and his wife, are going to film it. And then the following night on Saturday, we're going to do a live interview with the Old Bear and all of our team members. So that's going to be on his site, on his channel. But yeah, it's going to be awesome, guys. It's going to be a really fun, really cool time. So again, that's the 9th, the 10th of October. So y'all be looking for that.
So, we could probably.
All right, buddy.
We could probably do a live at the same time on our channel too, possibly.
Man, it's all about finding a location where we can get some service. All of our areas are out in the middle of nowhere, man. There's no cell service. Maybe some of our viewers can tell us about a satellite Wi-Fi thing we can get portable. Yeah. But maybe we can get something like that don't cost an arm and a leg. Because I would love to be able to start doing some lives on some of our investigations. Because man, we've run across some pretty hairy stuff out there.
Right. Got one last question there, and it was, do you feel like you've had a loose interaction with them of food gifting? We've actually gifted in some of our places, and the loose interaction, I would say 50-50. Because some of it our reactions have either we've been, the last one we actually, both of us really kind of got spooked. The other ones we've been to, except for one that he got to experience in near South Georgia, have been kind of peaceful and calm. So I'd say 50-50. You agree?
Oh yeah. Yeah. And
Well,
Long Island Bigfoot, who we're going to have him on here in the upcoming weeks. Said, yeah, you should try a hotspot. Know if it's freezable, live stream. It's a great tool in the field. Man, if you know of something, get in touch with me, man, and let me know what we can use, because that would be awesome to be able to film something live. That'd be really cool.
Papa Bear said something about Dish Network has an RV satellite. There you go. We could do something with your car like that. Have a satellite on the back of it, pop it up for a dish.
Yeah, but does that give you Wi-Fi?
I don't know. That's
I know there are satellite companies that offer Wi-Fi, but
right.
They mount it to your property. I've never heard of a portable.
Yes, I've seen them on big rigs. Dish does it for portable RV satellites. They put them, like, mount them on the back of the trucks, and you can mount, move them, and everything. Move them, change them to where it connects to the satellite. So that's something we can look into. Appreciate the guys. We'll definitely look into that and try to figure something out.
Yeah, we're coming up on 20 minutes over. But that ain't no thing. It's a good show tonight. Again, thank everybody. Thank all of our guests our audience for being so active tonight. You always are. You're cool. We got some pretty cool loyal followers, and we certainly appreciate it. We do. Hope everyone everybody takes care of each other. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other, and just be good to everybody. We will catch y'all next time. Appreciate everything you guys doing. Y'all be good. We'll see you next time.